Shout out to the gangsters, postman posted with them gangsters. My homies be on gang time. All my homies throwing gang signs. I keep it real, I cannot fake mine. This is for the gangsters. Shout out to the gangsters, postman posted with them gangsters. My homies be on gang time. All my homies throwing gang signs. I keep it real, I cannot fake mine. You know the vibe. If you gon' tell a gangster story, need to let a gangster tell it. And for the record, a gangster ain't never telling.
Professor Melly Mel, the Hood Postman, you know that vibe. City Hood Click, let's go. We back. Big Deb, so we finna, man, let's get into one of them fight stories, man. Because I think the audience has been anticipating this fight story. So, what year we in, first of all, when we talk about this fight story?
The Rumble in the Jungle.
The Rumble in the Jungle, that's a perfect name for it.
Yeah, man, Rumble in the Jungle. Probably like, I'd probably say 94, 93, 94.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? 1993, 94. Back in my glory days, man, when I was super active.
When your glory days, that's when you were super active. That's when it was on. Fist of Fury, huh?
Fist of Fury, man. The Iron Fist.
The Iron Fist. So tell us about that moment, man.
Shit, man. It was, you know, back in them days, we used to have meetings in the hood and shit all the time. And, you know, back then we had money around. You know, money bring all kind of onlookers. You know what I'm saying? People from the outside, different cities trying to come over there and getting that money. So, you know, every day, you know, every weekend we jump in the car and we would just patrol the hood. You know what I'm saying? Roll around and shit, trying to see what we can see. You know, see if anything was out of place and motherfuckers was hanging out. And, you know what I'm saying? And the big homies didn't like that. You know, riding through the hood and seeing other niggas from other gangs hanging out. You know what I'm saying? They really wasn't allies of ours. You know what I mean? The homies didn't like that. So on this particular day, I'm riding with my brother and shit. Me and my brother and the homie Slim. He had a 63 Chevy. So we patrolled in the hood. And we come across this wall and shit. It got a big ass bird on the wall, like a dove or something drew on the wall that had MSB or something like that. You know what I mean? So we could try to figure it out, like, what the hell is that? You know? We jump out, we cross it out. So we figure, you know, whoever it is, they around that area or whatever. A couple of days later, we kept patrolling that area, trying to see if anybody was hanging out. We rolled by, see a couple of dudes standing out there, they all dressed in red with some females. So we rolled by, throw the hood up, they threw up a beat. So we busted you know, jump out, you know, where y'all from? Dudes say, we from Swans, we from the Swans. You know what I'm saying? Being, you know, we on the east side, you know what I'm saying? We really didn't really, you know too much about no LA gangs, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I heard of Swans, but you know, we didn't hear too much about them on our end. So, but they was aggressive. You know, it's Swans, you know, whatever, you know. Said, okay, niggas Post Street. And they like, you know, what's that? And we like, nigga, what the fuck is a Swan? You know, what's that? So the female, she like, oh, you know, I know them, you know what I'm saying? Y'all going back down the street, you know, y'all always causing problems. So we went and got a couple of other homies and shit. We come back, you know, 2 cars deep. And now it's like about 8 or 9 of them outside. You know what I'm saying? You know, we was teenagers at that time. You know, I probably was in my early 20s. So, and they was grown ass men. You know what I mean? So we jump out the car, we like, you know, what's happening with y'all, you know? So one of the homies said, oh man, they got a pistol. So we like, okay, well shit, we ain't got no gun. You know what I'm saying? We ain't bringing no knives and no gunfight. We hit a cone and shit, you know, go to the little end, swoop some couple of homies, go to the big end, swoop a couple of homies, go to the hideaway, get the rest of the homies, grab a couple of pistols. Now we like 8 or 9 or 10 cars deep. You know, we go back, jump out, and they all out there. You know, it's about 10, 15 of them. You know what I'm saying? About 20, you know, of us. And my first thought was, you know, just get the pistols and just, you know, gun them down or whatever. But they was like, you know, we can get down. They said at first, like, oh, y'all want to fight? So I'm figuring like, oh, shit, this is gonna be fun. You know what I mean? Because we got shit, nothing but, you know, we got a bunch of heavy hitters. You know what I'm saying? We got, you know, Whiskey and Dreamer and Iceberg, J-Down, Lowdown, Trig, shit, gang of homies, Lunatic, Ghost, shit, Bone. So we like, shit, fuck, we can get out. We move the cars out the way. They brought some more motherfuckers come out the house. I said, damn, how many is it back there, you know?
Did you catch any of their names from the Swan side?
Nah, we didn't ask their names.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So they taking off their shirts and shit and telling the homies, we don't want nobody pull out no guns, nobody do no shooting, you know what I'm saying? Just gonna be, you know, just get out, you know, head up. You know what I'm saying?
Hand
Whatever,
guard
you know what I'm
style.
saying? Yeah, just like old school rumble. You know what I'm saying? They come out in the street and we take it to them. You know what I'm saying? And it was just, rock 'em, sock 'em, get out the way type of shit. Put your back up against the fence and square up. You know what I mean? So I was out there, because I always put one glove on. You know what I'm saying? Put the glove on the iron fist, that right hand. You know what I mean? Because I had bad nut. I done broke it like 2 or 3 times. So I was just trying to protect the iron fist, man. But I remember I squared up with the dude. Big dude. He's a grown ass man. You know what I mean? He hit me. When he hit me hard as hell. I'd never been hit that hard. So when he hit me, shit, my thoughts went that way, and my body went this way. I was dazed like a motherfucker. So I'm trying to, get up under my feet. This homie squabbing. Everybody squabbing. You know what I mean? But when he hit me, he had cut me. That's when I got this cut right here on my cheek. So it was blood and shit coming all down my face right here. On my cheek right there. When he hit me, I, taste my own blood. I'm like, oh man. You know what I mean? So shit, I just got busy, man, with the work, man. And it was like chopping a big tree down. You know what I mean? The body blows, and it was probably a little too much for him. You know what I'm saying? But we was out there squabbing. A couple of homies, got whooped on. A couple of them got whooped on. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, we all went our separate ways. Even though the homies still wanted to gun them down, though, after the fact. You know what I'm saying? But my position was shit. We got down like men. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
And that's from that old era.
Yeah.
That's probably because that's when you live to fight another day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And everybody took their licks, and you know what I mean? And I'm quite sure some understanding was established that day.
Yeah. We just told them, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no writing on the walls over here, ain't no hanging out, ain't no standing out here throwing up no beads. That shit ain't finna be going down over here,
So how did they respond to that?
Shit, nonchalant, basically like, shit, we ain't tripping, we ain't scared of you niggas. You know what I mean? But at the same time, they didn't know, they was staring death right in the face. They didn't even know it, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all over here in Linwood don't think that, over here, we just soft over here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just like over there probably in their hood, they dominant. Like, we wanted that respect. We demanded that respect in our hood. So, we rode, once that was over with, we went back to the hideaway. Homies licking their wounds and shit. But we kept rolling back and forth. They weren't hanging out. We was swarming that area shit every day. That was like a hot spot. You know what I mean? But after that, I didn't see them no more. You know what I'm saying?
So maybe they got the message.
Oh yeah, they got the message. You know what I mean? They like, shit, these young niggas coming over here. We was 3-on-1 over here, maybe a 2-on-2, a 5-on-1, a 4-on-1, but it was, rock 'em, sock 'em, man. Shit, it was going down.
So when you thought about it, how did that actually make you feel to know that you guys sort of went at it gladiator style?
Shit, it felt good. Shit, I was in pain though from that hit, man. I was hurting, but you know what I mean? Couldn't show no weakness, you know what I'm saying? So, testing your skills, your manhood, your heart, you know what I mean? The easy way is just grab a gun and just shoot them up and just get on. That's easy right there. That ain't nothing.
What stands out to me in this story, Deb, is the fact that you didn't make that story one-sided. You said what they did, and you said what you guys did, but at the same time, everybody was able to walk away and go back and think about what had taken place with it. And then I'm sure they came to the conclusion, man, we in these dudes' hood.
Yeah. And they was like, shit, y'all done? We like, hell nah, we ain't done. And we get out all day. You know what I mean? But it was more homies coming and more homies coming, so it was kind of like lopsided at the end. You know what I'm saying? Because back then, it was homies out shit at every spot hanging out. So when they got the call and motherfuckers started leaving, telling the homies now the big homies coming and shit jumping out, Tiny Mike and everybody, now they coming jumping out and shit with, slapping niggas over the head with 40-ounce bottles and all kind of shit like that. You know what I mean? So it was kind of, they got outnumbered, you know what I mean? So they had to retreat back into the house. And then the homies ran all up in the house and shit, snatching them back outside, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Kicking windows out and shit. So, we just got on and shit, you know what I'm saying? Because it was over with by that time. You know what I mean? Niggas want to get down and that's it.
So was that the first and last encounter you had with the Mad Family Swan?
Yeah, that was it. That was the first and only time. I had heard about them in camp, juvenile hall or whatever, but I was shocked when they was on our side, you know what I mean? Because it was like, we wasn't seeing no, you know, if it wasn't Cross Atlantic Pyrus, a mob or something like that, Lime Hood writing on the walls, you know what I'm saying, Ludus Park, we wasn't seeing no LA gangs graffiti on our side of town. So that was kind of like new, especially in the hood like that, and drawing a big ass bird and shit and all this, you know.
And I'm sure you guys would have took it way more personal if it had been the mob, Cross Atlantic, and, you know, Lime or whatever, because that was like a natural type of
But during that time, you know, during that time we wasn't even really, you know, beefing and going at it with no Pyrus. We always had conflicts with Crips. You know what I'm saying? All the homies that we lost was never to a Pyru or a Blood. You know what I'm saying? It was always the Crips. So even though we was the Crips and by natural, you know, BK and PK, you know, shit, man, we was shit down to like the Who was shit, CK shit. You know what I mean? Like
Colored Man Killer, CK, BK, Black Man Killer.
You know what I'm saying?
At the end of the day.
Yeah. But, you know, it take a man to stand up there and get down, you know, take your licks, you know what I'm saying, your knots, bumps, and bruises. You know, that's what men do, you know what I'm saying? To pick up a gun and take a life, you know, there's consequences behind that, you know, if you get caught, you know what I'm saying? But that's the easy way out, you know. In my eyes, I didn't want the easy way out, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather, if I take a loss, I'd take a loss. If I take a W, I'd take a W, you know what I mean? But, and like I said, at the end of the day, everybody went home, and then, you know, no lives was taken that day, you know, even though the homies was, you know, press really, you know, like any split second, it would have went all bad. It would have been bad for them.
Is there any other fight stories that was like that happened during that time? Because I'm sure after you had one, you was looking for the next.
Shit amongst ourselves. Big rumbles, you know, amongst ourselves, you know, the G homies against the BGs, you know what I'm saying?
Was that a disagreement or what was that? For power?
Disagreement, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, when you drink and shit happened amongst the homies and you know, tempers flare, motherfuckers bring up old shit, you know, it goes down, and then, you know, every gang have a gang inside of a gang, you know what I'm saying? It's always cliques and different homies who got more love and more love for this section than they do for that section. So, you know, that particular night, you know, motherfuckers taking sides. You know what I mean? And niggas was getting knocked out and, you know, whooped on and shit too. You know what I mean? But, you know, even then.
That's inner hood conflict, huh?
Yeah, inner hood conflicts, you know. That's just,
how do it get resolved?
Oh, you just laugh about it the next day.
That simple?
That's simple. You know what I'm saying? You regroup, you know, meet up the next day, go down there, and it's all love. Everybody.
So it was all about ego and altered personality based on the substance.
Yeah. Because all it takes is somebody to say, man, fuck that nigga. Oh, nigga, fuck you. Already did this song. You know what I'm saying? Even though you from the same hood, nigga, who you over here with? I'm over here with them. Oh, nigga, fuck y'all. Oh, fuck y'all. Then it goes down.
Wow.
You know what I mean? But fighting, man, that was that was my thing, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't, you know, quick to always pick up a gun, you know what I'm saying? I give you a chance to test some hands, you know what I'm saying? To see where you at from the shoulders, you know what I mean? Because I like that challenge.
Right.
Like I say, win, lose, or draw, you know what I mean?
Right.
You're gonna have to bring some ass to get some of this ass.
So do we see these kids to this day? Is that where they at? Where they at with it, Deb? If you can even speak on it.
Quick to pull that gun, quick to pull that trigger. I mean, you got some that'll probably get out there and fight. You know what I mean? But, you know, these people, these young cats, man, they scared of them bumps and bruises, man, them black eyes and busted nose. And then you got cameras and phones everywhere. And don't nobody want to be getting their ass whooped on camera or on the phone. So what they do is pull out a gun and kill you. You know what I mean?
Do you think social media, PlayStation, with the what they call it, not the analytics, but with the optics of the game at play, it looks like really real, the virtual, right?
Yeah.
The metaverse and all that stuff. Do you think that also plays a part on the psychic or the intelligence, and to where these youngsters, they really start believing that the remote controller becomes the pistol and the pistol becomes the remote controller? It's like transferable. It's like one and the same in their mind, especially on the altered mind.
Yeah, it all depends. It's up to their upbringing, though. I mean, you know, growing up, that's all I did was fight. You know what I mean? Whether it was my brothers, cousins, or just at school. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's up to their upbringing. You know what I mean? It's their heart. You know, courage. You know what I mean? Like I say, it's easy to pick up a gun and shoot somebody. You know what I mean? But it's hard. You know, and it's fear. You know, a person to see somebody and say, "Oh man, he bigger than me. I ain't finna fight him. I'm gonna just shoot and kill him." You know what I mean? Like we had two homies and shit. They ain't from the hood no more, but you know,
Those were
they
put-offs?
were some big old dudes. Yeah, they were some big dudes, and it was behind a football game. You know what I mean? Behind the Rams. Even though the Rams won the Super Bowl, you got two dudes and got their ass whipped behind them damn Rams. But everybody knew in the hideaway we was Niner fans. You know what I'm saying? We was deep. Damn near everybody over there was Niner fans. So, you know, every Sunday we watched the game. You know what I'm saying? And that particular day we beat the Rams that day. You know what I'm saying? So they come over there loaded, drunk. You know, like I say, these grown ass niggas, big old niggas too, two big old buff niggas. So they come over there and shit, and we talking about the game, and they like, oh nigga, fuck the Niners, and we like, oh man, fuck the Rams. And then one of them fouled the homie Whiskey, boom. When he did that, man, it's like you know how you throw something in a pool with piranhas and it just attack. That's just how it looked. You know what I'm saying? All the homies, all the BGs who was over there, we just swarmed them dudes. And before it was all over, man, they was stripped down, knocked out, beat down, robbed, everything that you can do to a person except take their life. We did it to them two dudes, man, and we didn't think nothing twice behind it. You know what I mean? Because you know we was looking at y'all came over here tripping with us behind a football game, and then you found a homie. You know what I mean? We got his back. You know what I'm saying? And over there, if one fight, we all fight.
So a lot of times, from my point of view, sometimes when a dude is when they're not really in that inner circle, because there's an inner circle in everybody's neighborhood. But
Right.
you can be from the hood, but if you're not part of that inner circle, the inner circle will get on you.
Yeah,
You know
like,
what I mean?
yeah.
And you won't have no ally in that. You know, because the inner circle is on you.
Right. Like I always say, you got those dudes over there, then you got them dudes over there. I was always a part of them dudes over there. I wasn't part of those guys over there. You know what I mean? We had our own crew, and when we had a bond with each other, that love, like, you know what I'm saying? Because you know, these dudes we come up with. You know, I didn't grow up with them dudes, right? You know, they from the hood, they was big homies, but shit, I didn't really have no love for them like that.
So them be the dudes that eat together, sleep together, war together, get girls together,
Everything.
sell dope. They do everything
Smoke
together.
your first joint together.
You can't separate that there.
Yeah. I lost my
And you from the same hood, don't get
Yeah.
it. But you, for some reason, you ain't found a way to immerse yourself in the inner circle.
Yeah.
And I seen that happen too, man. You know what I mean? And I know people that be watching these videos, they don't know that a lot of this stuff is a lot deeper than the surface stuff that they know.
Yeah, you know, it's like that love. Like I went to when I was in the county jail, I was going to Compton Court. You know what I'm saying? I walk up in the cell, I see one of the homies up in there. He beat all up and shit, busted up bad, leaking like a motherfucker. I'm like, nah, what happened to you? So, oh man, niggas rushed me. I'm like, who? The niggas right there. You know, I look up, it's one of our worst enemies and shit. So I'm like, oh no, I gotta. You know, I need that fade, homie. You do the homie like that, you have to do me like that too. You know what I'm saying? But he was like, nah, we already got out. I got out with your homie. Nah, you got to get out with me. But it was like two of them in there, so I faded both of them and shit, one by one. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And then if anybody was in there, you know, Kelly Park was up in there, shit. The homie T-Lo, 7th Street, gang up, you know, motherfuckers was up in there and shit. And I, you know, dissected both of them dudes, you know what I'm saying? Just because the love that I had for my homie, I didn't want to see him all like that. You know what I'm saying? He fucked up pretty bad. You know what I mean? So, you know, I went on and
one for all and all for one.
All for one. You know what I'm saying? You got to do me just like you did him. Especially if we're in the cell together and we enemies. You know what I'm saying? We might as well get down too. You know, do me like you did him. You know?
With that being said, there we're gonna leave it right there. So going out, man, what we got? What we got for the kids, man? We gotta have something for the kids.
Kids, man, for the young men and young women, man, that's out here. You know, find yourself a goal. You know what I'm saying? Or something that you want to be in life. You know what I mean? Something that inspire you to change and to want to go a straight and narrow. You know, find that. You know, and master that, whatever it may be. You know what I mean? And stick to it. You know what I mean? You know, life ain't always about sunny days. You know what I'm saying? Some days it might rain. You know what I mean? But just know that it don't rain forever. You know what I'm saying? And times will change. You know what I mean? So just take it with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying? Bumps in the road, just get back up. You know, you fall down, dust yourself off, man, and keep on going. You know what I'm saying? Don't let another man dictate to you how you live your life. You know what I'm saying? Live it to the fullest and live every day like it's your last.
Exactly. It's the lone wolf that dies in the winter, but it's the pack that survive all full season. Right. You got it from Big Deb, man. Lock the door, Deb.
Lock it.
I'm a street nigga, streets fuck with me. I'ma keep pushing products till the feds get me. It's guap